My name is Mike Wanjengu, and I represent an organization called Coalition Against Substance Abuse, which is part of the Meta Kenya CSOs Alliance. And the COSAP is also hosted by Tinada Youth Organization, which is also the host for the Meta Kenya CSOs Alliance. And as COSAP, we fit into the alliance as we also advocate for the health of the young people, especially the adolescents and the youth, and as COSAP, we also are very much interested in the reproductive health of the adolescents and the young people, because we find that at this age, when they're very much active in the reproductive age, they also find it, they try to vent out and go into drugs. And so we bring on board the aspect of drugs and also reproductive health, and try to give a complete package to the youth and the adolescents as we capacity build them. As part of the CSOs Alliance, Meta Kenya CSOs Alliance, as a member of COSAP, we were privileged to undergo a training in Nairobi, which was facilitated by Meta Kenya. And in this training, we were trained on budget advocacy. Now, budget advocacy is a crucial component of advocacy work, and as members of the Meta Kenya CSOs Alliance, we were not privy before to that information, and so that training was an eye-opener, because it opened our eyes into how we need to fit into the budget cycle and the budget tracking process, and at what point we need to bring in our inputs so that they can be able to be reflected in the last document, which is the budget, the approved budgets. And as a result of that training, also we were able to come back to Kisumu and advocate for the issues that we were facing here in Kisumu. One of them was that the Ramka budget was very little, and we were able to advocate for it, and the budget, they increased the budget allocation for the Ramka budget, and as a result of the advocacy work that we have done. And this is all due to that training that we underwent in Nairobi, because it built our capacity, and we were able now to articulate our issues and also to present the necessary documents. All our asks, we were able to back them up with the data that the Meta Kenya had done the research, and we had the research reports that were backing up what we wanted actually to ask. So to say how relevant the training was, I would have to look back at the situation before. And the situation before is we were trying to make heads and tails of advocacy on SRHR, but we couldn't make heads or tails, because one of the most important components of advocacy is data. And so not only did Meta Kenya support us with the advocacy training skills, but they also supported us by giving us the data, by conducting the researches in Kisumu County, so that we can be able to work with the data they have to push our advocacy efforts forward. So the relevance of that training was so much because the data they also supported us with on top of the advocacy training, that made the whole difference, and it is what has made us get the gains that we are seeing as Kisumu County Meta Kenya CSOs Alliance. As part of the Meta Kenya CSOs Alliance, Meta Kenya supported us to undertake a training on smart advocacy in terms of advocating for matters that affect the adolescents, the youth, and the sexual reproductive health. And the main gist of this training was actually to just have a meaningful youth engagement in terms of policy development and budgeting also. And as a result of that training, we were able to come back here in Kisumu and engage our fellow youths, first to capacity build them also on the information we had gathered from that training, and also to give them an eye-opener on how they can be able also to be involved in this same process, and together as a team we could be able to advocate for matters that affect adolescents and also the youths in Kisumu County. As a result of that, we have been able to see that youth-friendly centers have actually been given a priority in this financial year, and then the process of equipping these youth-friendly centers with recreational amenities for the youth, and also on top of that, they're going to have family planning services and commodities. We're going also to have activities that around counseling for the youth. We are also going in these youth-friendly centers to be able to have mentorship training They will also offer STI treatment and HIV testing in these youth-friendly centers, and with these initiatives we'll be able to see better health outcomes for our youth, which will also contribute to the larger goal of actually being able to achieve the SDGs and the Kenya Vision 2030. As a network, or as the Meta Kenya CSOs Alliance, we have actually it has come to our attention, as you have said, that there's a rise in teenage pregnancies. And what we have been doing is, one, we are offering mentorship for youth, for adolescents and youth who are of school-going age. We have capacity training sessions for them, whereby we equip them with the necessary and relevant skills to be able to avoid teenage pregnancies, and also to be able to help them to make better informed choices.